Hello, this is Brian Madden, one of the creators of the Mission Pinball framework, and you're looking at brand new Windows 10 desktop. I literally just installed Windows 10 from scratch. It has nothing on it, and I'm going to show you how to get the Mission Pinball framework up and running. So the first thing we need to do is to install Python. So I'm going to go to python.org, click on Downloads, Windows, and then I'm running the 32-bit version of Windows 10. You can use MPF with the 64-bit version as well. The thing is, we need Python version 2.7, whichever the latest is. This time it's 2.7.10. It might be 2.7.11. Who knows. And the other thing is we have to run the 32-bit version of Python. And that's because of some other libraries that we need. So that's called x86. So not the x86 64. We want just the x86. So I'm going to click on this. And now that is downloading. And let's do view downloads. Running the security scan. I don't know why that's taking a while. I'm just going to cancel that. So let me just open the downloads folder. There's our Python 2.7.10. Double click that. Choose run. For all users, yeah, that's fine. The location, put it in the C drive, Python 2.7, that's fine. What we want to do here is where these, I don't know why these are really little, but add Python to exe to path. That's usually no. I'm going to change that to yes. So we want to make sure pip is a yes, which I'll talk about later, and add python.exe to path. And then click next, and it's going to go ahead and install that. What adding Python 2.7 to path means is that means you can just type Python from any folder and it'll run. You don't have to go into the C:\Python 2.7 folder in order to run Python. So it's just more convenient because that way you can run it from your MPF folder or whatever you want to do there. Pip, by the way, PIP, that stands for like Python install package, something like that. It's just a little utility that comes with Python and allows you to add plugins to Python right from the command prompt. So it's just really, really easy to get plugins for. So I'll show you that in just a minute. So there it's going through and just finishing up its installation. By the way, while that's waiting, this is a brand new installation of Windows. I don't have any physical hardware connected. I'll make other videos to show how to install the drivers for FAST or the drivers for PROC. For now, this is just to get you up and running. So, okay, now Python is done. So that's cool. So I can close that. So we now have Python. Let's see, another thing we need is something called Pygame. So I'm going to go to pygame.org. What Pygame, this is a multimedia library. This is a plugin for Python that MPF uses for sound and graphics and that sort of thing. So I'm going to click on Downloads and go to the Windows section. Now see there's always Pygame 191. We actually want Pygame 192. So here it's 192, and notice it's the one for Windows 32-bit, which I said we did before. This is for Python 2.7, which is the one we downloaded. Notice it says A0. That A0 technically means it's an alpha version of Pygame, but that's okay because it's been this alpha version for literally like 6 years, so I guess it's fine. Okay, so that's downloaded. I'm going to go ahead and run that. Install for all users. Yeah, that's fine. It's showing that it found a copy of Python 2.7 is specified from the registry, so that's the copy I'm going to install this plugin to. Do I want to do this? Yes. Okay, so Pygame is installed, so that's easy enough. Now I'm going to go to the command prompt. I'm just going to right-click on this little start thing here. One thing I noticed, I don't know if this is a Windows 10 thing, but you can do command prompt or command prompt admin. So the second one here with admin means you're running it with admin rights. So are you sure you want to run with admin rights? Yes. One thing I noticed is you have to, in order for this Python to work in the path, you have to use admin version. I don't know what that is. So if I type Python here, it'll work. So there it shows that Python's running, and that little 3 arrows here means I'm inside Python. So that's cool. But I need to install this other plugin we need called PyYAML. So pip space install space PyYAML, PYYAML, enter. And now PyYAML is installed. Boom, is as easy as that. So that's cool. So now I got PyYAML installed. There's some other plugins we use for different things, but we don't need those at least to get started right now. So we got Python installed, we got Pygame installed, we got PyYAML installed. Now we just have to get Mission Pinball Framework. So I'm going to go to github.com/Mission Pinball, and this is something that there's the links in the documentation, the direct links, but this is all the repositories we have at Mission Pinball. So MPF is a Mission Pinball Framework, so I'll click on that. I can click on releases right here, and then just click on the latest release, which is version 8 or 0.18. Maybe when you look at this, it's 0.19 or 0.20 or whatever. So I can go down here to download source code, and that is downloading. And I'll just do now view downloads. Let's just do open the folder because I don't like this little sidebar thing. And there's MPF 0.18.0. That's a zip file. So I'm gonna just unzip that and now create that folder. So I'm gonna copy that folder. And now let's go into my PC. Let's see, C drive. I'm kind of an old school guy, so let's do new folder. I'll just call it like MPF. And I'll go inside there. Actually, I take it back. I'm gonna go up a folder. Oops. I don't want to create that folder called MPF. Let me just delete that. Let's just paste in the new folder we just created. So that way, like, my MPF is sort of in the root. So that's copying MPF 0.18. I'm going to rename this also just to call it MPF. Okay, cool. And I'll go back to the command prompt. And I can go to cd/MPF. And now we've got MPF. So now to run it, just MPF. This is a batch file. Demo Man is one of the included games we have. I'm going to do -X, which means I've got no physical hardware attached. I'm going to do -V, which means I want verbose logs created. And I'm going to do -V, which means I want the verbose logs also written out to the screen. So I do that. And off it goes. Now there's a lot going on. I made the screen sort of purposefully small so that you could see it easily in the video. But you see here, like, there's my MPF window of the MPF game framework running. Here's my media controller window, which is the media controller, which is running. Here's my Python window, which is the the actual, like, sort of display window running. And now that this one has got focus, I can hit S, for example. And I've got added some players. I can launch. So there you go. That's MPF. Quick and easy in order to do this. By the way, I'll show you a quick trick here. I'm just going to Control-C to quit this. So a cool kind of thing is if those other two windows that popped up, you can actually change the parameters of those windows. So let me just run this again. I'm going to take the verbose logging off. And I'm just going to minimize this window here. So this MPF window, I can go in here and do properties. And then I can change, like, the colors of this window. So maybe my MPF window, I can do screen text is red and the background is like yellow, for example. And I can make it like a transparent, like 50% transparent window. Click OK. And now this is my MPF window. I can go to the media controller window and then go to properties here. Maybe I want to make this text, I don't know, like pink, purple-ish on background that's, wait, I already have a yellow. Let's do a little one on like green. Dial down the opacity. Do whatever I want to do. So now I've got a green window and a yellow window. And what's cool within Windows, when you change the colors of these windows, it actually remembers those windows, like it assigns those colors to the windows based on the window title. So even if I quit, reboot, whatever, if I run MPF again, those windows have the same colors because this window is always called MPF. This window is always called media controller. And so you can see everything going and running. And there's my game. Again, I can push start. Now game's running. Hit the L key to launch a ball. You got MPF. So I just push escape to exit out of that. But yeah, that's it. We're going to build an installer to kind of make this all happen for you automatically. But you see, it's actually really easy to get up and running. And at this point, you can continue on the tutorial. and start building your own game. So happy pinballing, and thanks for checking out MPF.